Olá, pessoal. E aí? Tudo bem com vocês? Estamos aqui de volta para continuar a nossa aventura no joguinho Little Orpheus. Sejam bem-vindos aí. Quem fala aqui é o Rodrigo. Vamos dar continuidade ao próximo episódio. Finalizamos ali anteriormente o Metagalácticos Interiorus. E agora vamos para o episódio 80, o Pilar do Mundo. Vamos dar continuidade aqui, vamos apertar o play e ver o que acontece. Vamos.
Let us recap. 3 years ago, you were sent to the center of the Earth as part of a top-secret mission to ensure the delivery of Little Orpheus, an atomic-powered capsule. You promptly vanished until you casually wandered up to Molodioznaya's station 3 years later, claiming to have saved the world, but lost Little Orpheus in the process. Is this correct?
Yes, General, it is, but...
You are charged with many crimes against the state, including desertion, lying to a superior officer, and sedition. Any one of these charges bears the punishment of execution by firing squad.
Xiii. Deu ruim, Ivan. Não sei se vai acabar bem pra ele, não. Gente, para curiosidades também, vocês lembram que no episódio anterior quem nos salvou foi uma cadelinha chamada Laika? Ele existiu mesmo. Ela foi uma cadela espacial soviética que se tornou um dos primeiros animais a serem lançados no espaço e o primeiro deles a orbitar a Terra. Ela foi lançada mesmo no espaço, mas ela morreu, tadinha, né? Bem que o general falou que ela tinha morrido e o Ivan Ivanovich falou que não, mas ela morreu mesmo. Ela morreu devido a um superaquecimento e uma falha técnica da missão, né? Então ela morreu dentro da nave, né? A nave não tinha um sistema de temperatura adequado e fala lá, né, que o foguete central ele não separou da carga conforme planejado e a temperatura se elevou de forma descontrolada dentro da cápsula e ela morreu lá dentro, tadinha, pelo que diz aqui, né, a explicação, né? É isso, que pena, né? Só pra curiosidade mesmo, que a gente viu aquela cachorrinha lá, ele chamou de Laika, queríamos saber quem era e descobrimos que ela realmente existiu. Muito bem, vamos dar sequência aqui. Lembrando, por favor, deixa o like, a inscrição, compartilhe o vídeo e bora pro game.
General, you must be reasonable. I did my best. It's all true, I swear. I swear upon the lives of my family.
Oh, do you? Auntie Marcia and Uncle Vanya, the traveling tinker and the pig dentist, or perhaps Cousin Pavel, the criminal mastermind with the unhealthy taste for eggs. How stupid do you think I am, Comrade Pivalov?
Ivan.
Sudayu, it is all true.
Maybe your toy maker, or was it watchmaker, father, who apparently taught you all he knew, despite being killed when you were less than 5 years old.
I was a fast learner?
Meu Deus, cara, cada uma mais farrapada que a outra, cara.
You have precisely 1 minute to convince me not to summon the guards and have you shot on the spot.
A minute? A lifetime. It's all I need, General.
Temos 1 minuto. Tem uma coisa pra cá, gente? Eu sou curioso demais. Não tem. cair. Mais um minuto que ele tem que o general deu pra ele. Acho que nós estamos chegando ao fim, hein? Dessa história dele aí. Ele vai ter que dar um jeito de se explicar o que aconteceu. Porque senão o bicho vai pegar pra ele. Vamos lá, Ivan. Nós também estamos curiosos aqui para saber aonde você vai chegar com toda essa imaginação fértil que você tem, garoto. Vamos lá, pessoal.
I was astounded. My father, I told you, I think I told you, he was a toy maker, and he often played with clockwork parts.
Tavares.
But this made all those childhood wonders pale into insignificance. And it was fortunate indeed that my uncle...
Vanya, the pig dentist?
No, my other uncle, Sasha, had taken me mountaineering in the Urals during my childhood, for it was only by scaling these giant mechanical parts that I would reach Little Orpheus.
Yes, I had been thinking that it seems awfully convenient that you were such an accomplished climber. I don't, however, recall any mention of this Uncle Sasha in your file.
He was a very private
He was a
man.
very unlikely man.
That was Uncle Sasha's blessing and his curse.
Eu nem tinha o Chacha no registro dele. E agora ele apareceu com mais um tio. Galera, o que vocês estão achando do seu Ivan, hein? Tem algum fundo, será, essa história dele aí, gente? Será? O que aconteceu, cara? Até eu já tô desacreditando nele. Já não tava muito. Mas agora... Ou ele tá muito nervoso, sei lá. Acho que ele tá com medo de dizer que ele perdeu a bomba, velho. Ele tá contando toda essa história aí pra tentar se safar, velho. Porque não tem como explicar lá que eles perdeu, né, cara? O general não vai aceitar. Dá uma história plausível pra isso. Ele tá tentando, mas... Vamos lá, vamos esperar mais um pouco pra tirar conclusões. Ah! Que burro, vou dar 0 pra ele. Vou esperar aqui. Espera. Agora vai ter que passar 2 de uma vez. Ah, dá tempo. Ah, não, cara. Não é possível. Galera, não se aborreça, por favor.
Those great wheels and cogs clashed and boomed. The vast hands of all time crunching forever and ever around.
Ivan Ivanovich.
Pendulums and springs and great big wheels and tiny little wheels.
Tavares Privalov, stop!
Though at least the Menkf were not here, especially as they seemed to infest the world below the surface. Menkf everywhere. Menkf. Many Menkf aplenty.
You are a bambling comrade. Enough.
Não falou nada com nada, seu Ivan Ivanovich. Já passou 1 minuto, já, galera. Dá 0 pra ele, gente. Que desatento, cara. Ah! Eu apertei o botão de pular. Não, eu apertei, gente. Vai, vai acertar a gente aqui, ó. E agora? Rapaz, que confusão que deu ali.
Where was Toll? Aha! High above. On the clock face, perhaps. With his radios and his crystals. Now, if I could just reach him, I could use the bomb.
There is no bomb. You have no idea how to make a bomb. You have no idea about how to do anything one might actually expect of a cosmonaut.
The bomb?
Ivan Ivanovich! Time is up.
Ai, ai.
Stop talking, Tavar.
Fala, Tavaroshi.
You don't know what happens next. It is obvious. You've done very well. I applaud you for your efforts and your story. It is a wonderful tale, Comrade Privalov. I have enjoyed it immensely. But every story needs an ending. And it is clear yours does not have one.
Toda história tem um fim, mas o seu não tem, mano. Você não conseguiu concluir de acordo com o general. Vamos ver o que você vai
Just need more
elaborar aí.
time.
I think that even if I gave you all the time in the world, it would not be enough.
No, General. I can do this. That is, I remember what happens next. I just need to catch my breath and compose myself.
We both know how this story ends, comrade.
But Little Orpheus, you haven't heard what happened.
We will find out soon enough. You will be executed, and another expedition will be sent.
No, you cannot. You cannot. We must never go back. You don't understand.
Make me, then. Make me understand. I am a kind man, although you may not believe this. I do not want to have you shot. So help me. Make me understand. Tell me what happened to Little Orpheus.
It was.
Ivan Ivanovich?
It was. It was. No. I'm sorry, General. I'm sorry, I have no idea. You are right. I simply cannot think what happened next. It's just. a blank, General. There's nothing there. I am very tired, you see.
Comrade Privalov. Ivan.
You're right. It's over, General. Perhaps you would be so kind as to write to my mother for me.
Of course I will.
You are a kind man, as you have said. And, General,
Yes, Ivan.
was it a good story?
Oh, yes. It was an excellent story.
Thank you, General. I'm just sorry I couldn't give you an ending.
Unless...
General?
Quiet, Tovarish, I am thinking. Unless... I seem to remember that there were many problems with Little Orpheus during production.
General?
Problems with the casing around the atomic battery. Concerns.
Concerns, General?
Yes, concerns. Unlikely though that might be. Yeah, it seems if I remember that it failed to secure properly. A sharp blow could spring the hatch and expose the fragile casing of the bomb to any would-be vandal.
I'm not sure I follow.
A resourceful yet forgetful hero might, one would think, take advantage of that fact.
But how, General? Where would I find something to strike it with?
The son of a watchmaker would easily find something within a giant clock mechanism that resembled a hammer, surely.
A hammer? Why, yes, General. I do remember now. I grasped the hammer-shaped thingamabob.
Let's just agree it was a hammer, Ivan.
Yes, of course. Let's do that. I recovered my senses, shook my head, and looked about me. In my distracted stupor, I had climbed further up the tower than I ever thought possible. In front of me was the clock face, and I gazed out through it at the sheer expanse of history. And I knew whatever happened next... happened next?
The hand of destiny had fallen upon your shoulder.
Yes! It had. And what an extraordinary hand it was.
Solta o poder pelos olhos, ele sem correr. Agarramos. Colocaram um som estranho pra... Ah, tá. Pro Sr. Tom, e rugido na voz dele, parece um bicho em vez de um...
And so, Thor was defeated. Little Orpheus destroyed. The bomb lost forever.
Not just that, General. In that moment, time sprung back to its proper shape, and I found myself once more in Plutonia, the start of my journey. But the wound in the interior sky was gone. The drill was gone. It was as if I had never been here. And they were nymph, free and happy, without the tyranny of toll, free to pursue their simple lives.
But we can never go back?
Never, General. One drill, one metal sphere, one lone cosmonaut was nearly enough to destroy time and unleash the tyrant toll upon our world. Who would think an innocuous beeping radio housed in a ball of metal could change the world so dramatically?
Who indeed? But tell me, what of you? And what of your return to the surface?
I stayed amongst the Mienk for as long as I could. But I came to realize they had begun to worship me as a king. No, General. I am a good socialist and could not allow this workers' paradise to become corrupted. And so I left that wonderful land for the last time.
And then?
And then I walked. For 2 years I wandered, always looking for a way home, through lands and worlds almost beyond imagination. Until one day I emerged, blinking into sunlight, and realized I was home.
Until one day I emerged, just like that? You just found your way back to the surface?
Well, General, it was a little more complicated than that. There were great obstacles to overcome and terrible challenges to face and incredible lands to explore.
Enough, Ivan. Little Orpheus is lost forever. The interior is sealed. You have returned with a story of socialism, triumphing over incredible odds. It is, as I said, enough for one night. Enough for my report, at least.
General, if I may...
Comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov, you are found guilty of all charges brought against you and sentenced to execution by firing squad. However, having listened to your story, I believe you are quite mad. In other words, I find your madness guilty, not you. And we cannot execute madness. And indeed, there are lessons to be learned, even in the depths of this madness. Perhaps the Americans were right to send a chimp after all.
So, General?
Get out of my sight, Ivan. Go home. Enjoy a state pension as a madman. Just make sure I never see you again.
Yes, General. Of course, General. Anything you say. I shall be small and quiet and live a life without excitement and...
Out! Until one day I just emerged. Oh, very good, Tavarish. Very good indeed.
O general conseguiu arrumar um meio de ajudar ele, porque não tinha cabimento, né? De tudo que ele contou. Teve que arrumar um final para essa história. Como é que ele voltou para a Terra? Ele perdeu a bomba e isso. Insanidade. Foi declarado insanidade mental. Tá bom. Eu acho que falta mais um episódio. Vamos ver como vai desenrolar desse último episódio. Como vai ser. E é isso. Agradecemos mais uma vez o apoio, a colaboração, a companhia de vocês. Muito obrigado. Não se esqueça, claro, a gente sempre vai mencionar, né? Deixar o gostei, a inscrição, compartilhe o vídeo, porque isso ajuda demais. Muito obrigado. Valeu!